Well, SZA fans rejoice and Yeet fans mourn. The poll was very loud and very clear. SZA, SOS taking the win over Yeet and the Afterlife album that's going to come out today. For the record, personally, I was more excited about Yeet, not in terms of thinking it would be better. I mean, I like Control a lot by SZA. It was a fantastic album. I'm happy to be here and listen to this today. But between the two, you know, never having heard Yeet before, brand new album, no one knows what it's going to be. You know, it's kind of fun. It's a little bit more risky. So I was like kind of excited to see if Yeet won out on that poll, what I was going to wander into, but I guess we'll never know. Some people have mentioned Yeet, you know, I think, what is it, Up to Me or something like me, but not a lot of requests for Yeet. I know he's pretty popular, but there you go. Anyway, who cares? SZA won. SOS is out. Came out in December. Unfortunately, I wasn't really in a position to react to that. And, you know, this one came out and Little Sims came out too, like within a week or two of each other, which kind of killed me because I love Little Sims as well. Finally getting to this album a couple months later. I've heard it's done well. One criticism I've heard though, the opinions on this album have been all over the place from what I've seen. The little that, you know, chat on Discord and every now and then some stuff on Twitter, what have you. Pretty wide range of opinions, but the one that makes me mildly concerned is people have said it's safe. Like there's not a lot of risk being taken. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Okay. But of all the things I've just seen as I exist online in different places about this album, that's the one that concerns me the most, is safe. Because then there's no surprises. In music, to me, is so fun when there's a surprise. The Lil Yachty album was a huge surprise. Great album. Love Let's Start Here. Anyway, there you go. I don't even know why I mentioned that. It's just something that's in my mind. I'm trying to push it away from my mind. But I also am using it at the same time to just say no expectations. Come into it. Whatever it is what it is. I like how it's starting. The album's called SOS. Opening track is called SOS. You know, SOS, as people know, is a distress signal for, you know, like a ship or aircraft. If you're sinking, if you need assistance, if you're lost at sea. You've got this great album cover of her on this big ass, you know, plank or diving board out above the ocean. Somebody was kind enough to show me that this picture is very similar to a picture taken of Princess Diana like a week before she died. Like, lots of neat elements already, you know? And, you know, SOS, you know, I'm in distress. I'm sinking. I need help. I'm lost at sea, whatever it is. Great imagery to go with the title. So we'll see. It is a long album, 23 tracks, an hour and 8 minutes. No real surprise after learning what she had done trying to build Control, or the album Control, and how Top Dog had to like take her hard drive away because she had done like 150 songs. It's like, stop making songs. You're all done. We're going to put out the album now. So there you go. Other than that, I don't really have a lot to say. It's a longer album, so we'll just jump in and get to it. I do love Control. I was listening to a bit of it this morning. Drew Barrymore. God, I love the chorus in Drew Barrymore. Is it warm enough outside? It's just amazing. It's so good. So good. Track one's called SOS. It's produced by Jay Versace. I did not go back to look to see if that was the same producer from Control, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Let's drop in. SOS. First time listening to this album by SZA. It's done pretty well. I'm excited to finally sit down with it, and here we go. That sound like, so SOS is Morse code. It's a Morse code signal. It's just the written version of the Morse code.
Give me a second, give me a minute. Nah, little bitch can't let you finish. Yeah, that's right, I need commissions on mine. All that songs she got from me, all that shit I gave for free. I want it back, want it back. This ain't no one inside. Case how you hoes forgot. Know you been more than lost, but tell me I'm so. Ain't no spiteful, I'm just T. Can't hate a bitch for free. Talking I'm off the bench like Brady. I'm pressing niggas like Katie, it's up. Yeah, nigga.
Can't hate a bitch for free. I really like that. I like that. Can't hate a bitch for free. I'm going to remember that one. I'm using that in Discord this weekend. Can't hate a bitch for free. Something else I wanted to say before I started was I'm coming off of The Big Fish Theory by Vince Staples. And that album I felt like was so just incredible. I really enjoyed it. But people told me before I got into it how, Vince has gotten to this point in his career where he was really big and really popular, and he's doing these festivals and he's going out doing these shows and seeing this audience that was very different from who he is as a person, and I guess who he was hoping to sing to and perform for. And just kind of the idea of making it and then hating it, and Big Fish Theory almost feels like this effort to kind of shrug off some of the bullshit maybe that surrounds you as you become this big star. And SZA having this SOS idea with her album, and just, I wonder if there's going to be a similar theme of I've made it, I've made it big as an artist. I've made it. Yay, I did it. But now I'm in this place where I don't want to be, or now I'm in this place where I feel lost, Nothing to do with anything that's being said here. That was something that came to mind that I wanted to mention. Let's keep going. Can't hate a bitch for free.
Fresh squeeze, I'm dumping like press squeeze. I'm horny like suck these, so daring like touch me. And all the petty shit aside, all the funny shit aside, I just want what's mine. Mine, I just want what's mine. This ain't no warning shot, case how you hoes forgot. And I cried, till it's on my mind.
Something that is standing out to me on this is this: I cried and cried. I cried and cried. Said what's on my mind. I'm going to click on this last annotation here. Both the lines annotated. And it's interpolated Beyonce's 2006 Listen, a song originally written for the film adaptation of the Broadway musical Dreamgirls. Oh, she's altered tried to cried. Sure. Okay. The sample is I cried and cried. I cried and cried. And it's a strange kind of contrast, a duality that's existing here, right? She's more or less like talking all this shit and this and that. But the song's called SOS. What's interesting to me is the sample is kind of like distant and muted. Her vocals kind of have like an echo, which kind of creates like a thematic thing for me of there's no one else around, or she's far away, or something like that. And this idea of I cried and cried. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into it. It's opening track. It's the first 2 minutes of 68. So let's keep rolling into track 2, which is called Kill Bill, produced by Carter Lang and Rob Bissell? I don't know.
I'm still a fan even though it's salty. Hate to see you with some other, but know you happy. Hate to see you happy if I'm not the one driving. I'm so mature.
Hate to see you happy if I'm not
so mature. It got me a therapist to tell me there's other men I ain't doing one night. I just want you. If I can't have you, no one should have mine. I might kill my ex. Not the best idea. His new girlfriend's next. How I get here.
There's this great Guns N' Roses song, and it goes, I used to love her, but I had to kill her. And honestly, I guess the track is a joke. It's about his dog, but he uses the term bitch a lot. But, the bitch drove me nuts and I had to bury her underground and all this stuff. But I'm just kind of remembering that track, listening to this. I used to love her, but I had to kill her.
I get the sense that it's a lost cause. I get the sense that you might really love her. This text gonna be evidence. This text is evidence. I try to ration with you. No murder's a crime of passion. But damn, you was out of reach. You was at the farmer's market with your perfect peach. Now I'm in the basement, planning on my face hand. Now you laying face down, got me singing over. I might kill my ex. I still love you though. Rather be in jail than alone.
So this track is cracking me up. I like it. I really like the pre-chorus. I'm so mature. Obviously, because it's like this kind of self-deprecating joke, right? I'm so mature. I'm so mature. I got a therapist to tell me there's other men out there. I'm so mature, right, that I'm going to kill my ex and then I'm going to kill his girlfriend. I'm so mature that I'd rather be in jail than alone. This is cool. I mean, I'm enjoying this in the context of someone saying SOS. I'm in distress. I'm lost. I need help type of thing. Because this just fits the bill perfectly, right? Let's keep rolling.
I did it all for love. I did it all, no drugs. I did it all of this so well. I did it all for us. Oh, I did it all for love. I did all of this on no drugs. I did all of this.
I like the sound right there through the bridge. Now, the only thing I'm wondering right now is, where is this album going to go? Because I feel like this is a good track of like there's some self-awareness here, right? Self-awareness. I miss my ex. I'm being ridiculous. I have these thoughts about just killing him and his ex and his girlfriend. Like, I'm sober while thinking these things. Like, very self-aware here. But at the same time, still suffering from the feeling. One thing I wanted to say too about the bridge on the production, there's something, I don't know if it's just me, but when I hear songs that have a lot going on and you can hear the bass line, but the bass line's kind of in the background, for whatever reason, my brain will focus on it. And the bass line during the bridge was really cool. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's a funny song. But the funniness of the song kind of hinges on the rest of the album. Like, as long as the album maintains self-awareness, I think we're good. But let's keep going. That gets a heart. I like Kill Bill. I have seen some people in Discord say they're so sick and tired of hearing this song now. It's got over 500,000 streams, or 500 million. I'm sorry, billion streams already. 500 million streams. So apparently that's the big one. Let's move on to track 3, which is called Seek and Destroy. Probably not a reference to the Metallica song, but if it is, I'm cool with it. It's produced by Carter Lang, Rob Bissell, Scum, and thank God for Cody. Yeah, thank God for Cody. Yeah. Seek and Destroy. Track 3. I like the little hesitation in the sound there. That was a neat little synth sound that came in there. One thing that's coming to mind right now is the lyrics are pretty straightforward. It's fairly destructive, right? The attitude that exists here. But the production is fairly upbeat for what we're talking about, It's called Seek and Destroy, but the sound doesn't sound very destructive. It's very pleasant and kind of nice and kind of mellow, and her singing's kind of pleasant and kind of nice and kind of mellow. And so it's just an interesting contrast to the lyrical content of, I'm drained. I can't stand this. It's so demanding. The art of war. I've ruined everything. Now that I've ruined everything, I'm so fucking free. I've ruined everything. Keep it all for me. That's almost like a 9 Inch Nails, my empire of dirt type of thing right there. Had to do it to you. Seek and destroy. Almost was the point. So like lyrically, the content to me is a much darker than the sound that's associated with this so far. She should have made this a fucking metal track like Metallica. Do it to you, baby, do it to you, do it to you.
Do it to you. I hate to do it to you. Do what I gotta do. They don't rise and I deflected. Do they go rise and I erected. Thinking my head was for protection.
Oh, God.
Became a star, living reckless. Do it to you. Do it to you. All the hurt I know is used to heal my soul. No control, do it to you. Do it to you.
Huh. Interesting song. I don't know how I feel about that one because the one side of me goes, it sounds nice, good mellow beat, nice chill jam, right? Nice and chill, good singing, good sound, just nice mild tempo throughout, just nice, cool, chill jam, which is fine until you start paying attention to the lyrics, and the lyrics are so much darker than the song is. And so I feel like the sound of the production in a way kind of discredits the lyrics. I feel like with this track, this is the kind of song where if I put it on, my wife like, oh, I like this. And then when I sat her down and said, well, yeah, but read the lyrics, she'd go, oh, well, I didn't know. Oh, this is different. It doesn't quite pair. Interesting. It'll be interesting to see how I feel about that one with further listens. Seek and Destroy. Because there's no destruction in this sound at all. It's all very, very pleasant. And I like how it sounds. But, I like it. I like it when the sound of the production matches the theme of the lyrics. So it makes everything click on all cylinders for me. Anyway, so mild criticism there. We'll see how I feel with additional listens on that. Next track is Low, produced by Area Atlantica, Alessandro. Man, all these are exotic names. How come nobody's ever named Bob? Although I guess Rob is in there. Rob. Let's call him Rob. Alessandro and Rob. Track 4, Low.
Tell on the show, I'm on the loop, I'm out of range. Oh, I stay out the way. Got another shot on me, I like to get it poppin', but these bitches in my business got me out here choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent. In the bedroom, I be screaming, but outside I keep it quiet. Keep it all low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest.
See, like right here, lowest of the lowest with that low bass coming in. I like that when it matches, It pairs.
Choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent. In the bedroom, I be screaming, but outside I keep it quiet. Keep it on low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But if you can keep it like nobody knows it. Keep it on low ski, I'm the lowest of the lowest. But if you can keep it like nobody knows it.
And this is an interesting, keeping the context of the album, SOS, right? We've had Kill Bill, Seek and Destroy, now we're at Low. And again, there's this layer of duality of, I'm keeping it on the low. I think really the idea being I got to keep this on the low so people don't know about it because, she's too hot on the block type of thing, right? Like everyone's paying attention to what's going on. And you got, these bitches in my business got me out choosing violence. But what's interesting is we start out with SOS and this whole thing about how she's so mature, right? She's so mature. She wants to kill her ex. She wants to kill his ex-girlfriend. She's not even drunk. Her therapist is telling her there's other men. She's so mature, right? Like kind of just a good joke at herself. And then this song is interesting because it's called Low, and I think you can go, well, she's just trying to keep this other guy on the down low so people don't know about it. But it does have a little bit of a darker sound. So Seek and Destroy was a little bit lighter, nicer, whatever. But this does have a little bit of a darker tone overall. So it's like she feels low, maybe. Like this whole thing, this other person that she found, what's the first verse here, right? Replacement's on the way, please don't play. I need a new trick, old dogs don't change. I ain't making love no more. I like that line quite a bit. You got a new bitch, what the fuck you crying for? So it's like this revenge play almost, or like, hey, you left me, now I'm moving on. Why are you upset with me? And that's how it comes off. But it also seems to have this other layer of she feels like she's at a low because maybe it's just a replacement for the person who she was talking about in track 1 on SOS, you know? You know how to reach me every time, and it plays in your mind with a rush that feels like we committed a crime. Know where you belong. I'm going to save you a spot, but can't be outside because the block is too hot. I'm all on your mind. Wherever you are, don't call me. Interesting. I mean, it is kind of, it gives this impression of like maybe bragging, but it also gives this kind of implied feeling of SZA going, oh, I feel low for doing all this because it's not what she actually wants. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of playing around with this idea with the sound and everything. Let's keep going.
I need total confidential private shit. Don't want no one thinking I'm a robot. Time so changed that we on the first class trip. Don't work my nerves, you know I get bored. Yeah, we fucking, we ain't making love no more. You talk that talk, but ain't no matter with. So strong with every. Keep it low ski, I'm the lowest or the lowest. But see if you can keep it, ain't nobody knows it.
Fuck you. Real shit. I wasn't even on fuck you. But you trying to make me look stupid? I slapped the dog shit after stop playing with you.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know if she has some sort of side thing going on. This other verse here is, I need total confidential privacy. Don't want no one thinking I'm a groupie, which implies the other person is famous. Time zones. We're on a first class trip. Time zones change. Don't work my nose. I love this line. We ain't making love no more. That's a great line. Wherever you are, whatever you need, don't call me. Huh. Interesting. Let's move on. Not a lot to break down here. And the only reason why I say that is because I have to be careful. I like exploring my own ideas, but sometimes I start reaching so far and I'm reaching for things that aren't there. And then I start building a case off of an assumption. And then by the end of the album, I've got this whole empire of lies built up just because I like my own idea of what I'm pondering around here. Track 5 is called Love Language, produced by Thank God for Kobe, Jacob, Carter Lang, and the Neptunes, which is Pharrell and somebody else, right? Chad Hugo. I always forget Chad Hugo. I don't forget about Dre, though. I never forget about Dre. Track 5, Love Language.
Patience ain't no virtue with you. I done wasted plenty time pacing around, hate this cool. You with bitches on the side and let my mind wander too. You relentless nigga. I don't need brand nigga. Text me like I'm waiting for you to come lie to me. On my days ain't just to hurt me, I can't compete. Still on the way, I lay awake if you not around me. I'm so on you, still go for you. Needing you to talk to me in your love language. Show me, yeah, how to connect to you. Help me understand how you speak your love language.
Interesting. I really like this line. Text me like I'm waiting for you to come lie to me. I really like that line. And it's great. I feel like there's a lot of layers there because on one hand, you've got the attitude of the other person. I'm just going to assume it's a guy. The guy, having this attitude of, oh no, she's waiting on me. She needs me. I'm going to tell her whatever I want. She's going to listen. She's going to believe me. And then you've got the position of, I'm just going to assume SZA, basically knowing he feels that way. And yet she's also making it true in a sense by waiting for him to text her. But then the next night, ruin my day saying shit to hurt me. I can't compete. But then she's still there. Still on the way, I lie awake if you're not around me. I lie awake if you're not around me. I'm so onto you, still gone for you. So there's a lot going on right there because he's treating her like shit. She knows it, and she's still there. It's really, really interesting. Really interesting. Bad as I want to be yours, I can't get with your program. Sex hitting like a slow jam. Stick around because I want to. Bad as I want to keep focused, you remind me I'm imperfect and it sucks to admit. Nobody put that purpose in me like you do. Nobody get that workout about me like you do. So I don't know if he's just go to bed or what. Nobody get the truth up out of me quite like you. You're the definition of my right hand. As I was listening to this first portion of the song, I started thinking about the other album called Control. And there's that bit with her mom that they think at the end is, control and the need for control. And how much that album focused on that. And, that was 5 years ago. So, people change and evolve and what have you. But it's just weird that this is all being said from a person who made an album called Control and a person who seems to have self-awareness. Well, no, she has self-awareness. That's been on display so far. But we got to get to that next step. And maybe that's the whole point of the album, SOS. I need help. I need help. I'm lost. I'm drowning. Maybe that's the whole point. She's putting all this stuff on display for people to see. She's not in control of her own love life in a sense, of her own ability to, I guess, maybe respect herself. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far with that right there. Let's keep going. But it's just interesting. Interesting. That whole bit. You're texting me. Text me like I'm waiting for you to come lie to me. But she is waiting. So what are you going to do there? I don't know. All right, let's keep going. Interesting song.
Coming like you can suppress memories on me. Coming like you got confessions queued up like your last bitch looking chewed up, baby. Coming like you don't regret missing this old thing back on me. You know the difference between me and chickens. You don't want to live. I don't want to
Moody here, reflective here, which makes sense after the mirrors line. Just kind of pondering on these things, right? This is something I have to say just because it's true, but when it comes to these songs about people who are fearing being alone, they don't want to be alone, I have an extremely difficult time connecting with that. One, because even though this might sound kind of weird, I'm more of an introvert than an extrovert. I prefer being alone. I prefer not talking to people. Just talk to the people I work with. They're like, oh yeah, he hates talking. But also, I've been married for 20 years. I don't have that experience of being alone. I've experienced, being away. It was really hard when I was young and I was in the military and I was deployed, and that sucks. That's hard. But that's hard for a lot of different reasons. Not even just being separate from the person you care about, but fucking being gone and all this other stuff. So some of these tracks, and I think this is something too with R&B, it's a little bit harder for me to connect with because I have not experienced being alone, loneliness, that feeling, and how terrible it can be, especially if it's for like a long period of time, or if it feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel type of thing. But it's difficult. And I mentioned that because it's difficult. You don't want to be without me. You don't want to live. I don't want to go. I don't want to be alone. But in saying that, what you're saying is you're willing to accept all of the bullshit this guy is giving you. All the lies, all the side bitches, all this other stuff, simply because you don't want to be alone. And to me, that's so disrespectful to your own self. And I'm not saying this to SZA specifically. I'm just saying this to anyone in general. And the fear of being alone, I want to talk on it, but I just feel like I'm completely out of place to do so. Who am I to talk on something I don't have any experience with or knowledge of? But if the flip side is putting up with a bunch of bullshit from somebody who doesn't respect you at all, yeah, you should re-examine the idea of being alone and reconsider what it might be and what it might feel like and what it is that you need someone there for. A lot going on there. That's a whole lot to unpack, right? So let's not try it on track 5 of 23 tracks. Let's keep moving to track 6, which is called Blind. So far in terms of hearts, I have a heart next to Kill Bill. I haven't put a heart next to anything else. Not because I've disliked it, but it's all been kind of borderline for me. So I'm enjoying the album. So far, it has been pretty safe, like people have said. I'd like to hear a little bit of variety in the production, or maybe a little bit of exploration of other concepts in terms of the lyrics, but let's see what happens. Maybe she is just drowning in this whole love sea type of thing. Track 6 is Blind, producer Rob Carter and Yuli and Will Miller. All right, track 6, Blind.
Niggas want me to get ratchet. Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on, they calling me Cassius. Mind you like Bob Saget. Really, I can't pass it. Eating everything, nigga, no fasting. I don't care how much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't no Julia Stiles, this ain't no last dance. Way past it. Wait. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can't see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can't see, I'm blind. Blind, blind, I like when you put your gun at the red light. I like all that violence, give me dysfunction. I like when you come, never stay the whole night. Better when you hide, never tell me I'm wrong. Cause my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. My, how the times change. You still talking about babies, and I'm still taking a plan B.
Interesting, man. Interesting. Again, a good, in my opinion, a good amount of self-awareness here. Blind. But not blind enough to not see what she's doing. Blind enough to... It's kind of a neat concept. It's like I'm blind in the sense of I know what I'm doing, but what I'm doing is so prevalent, it blinds me from the things that I also know about myself in terms of like trying to love myself and get away from these people that don't treat me well, what have you. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me, I can't see it. It's so embarrassing. But she can see it. This is something else, and she even says it too. She says it in this track. I'm still, my, how the times change. I'm still playing the victim, and you're still playing the pick-me. So I don't know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Overall, in terms of the song, the production is pretty mild, and so it's not like I'm having a hard time like soaking into it. But lyrically, I like what's going on. I like the concept a lot. Self-awareness. I'm still playing the victim. It's so embarrassing. All the things I can't see living inside of me. I can't see it. So embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can't see. I'm blind. Blind, blind, blind.
I like Blind. Blind gets a heart. But we're a quarter of the way in, basically. I will say that so far, I feel like the production needs to start getting some variety. I feel like we've heard 6 of the same songs in a sense. Not entirely, obviously. They're not exactly the same, but the feel has been pretty similar so far. And so maybe it's building up. There's a lot of music left. Let's move on to track 7, which is called Used, featuring Don Toliver, produced by DJ Jahi, John Hill, Danny McKinney, Ellie Rice, John Key. DJ Dahi sounds familiar. Anyway, track 7 is Used.
Yeah, push your ass out of here.
Here we go.
Yes,
Here we
I've
go.
been used to being used like this. Ain't no difference on me, more than lies in my thoughts. Praise the most high for protection over my most prized possessions. Talking about mine. Stand on these are the 6.7, handing out .7s. My dad homie mothers praying they feel better.
I've been riding through this cold world. Thought you had another one and caught a widow girl. I feel like it's over. So need your love, oh, it's a mile away. Then you once said, we're going either way.
Can't lose myself to your wiggle, I wanna say. Love me better when you try this. I don't take much, just need your honesty. Or love will work better when you confess. Feelings don't need discussion, spend my life discovering new shit.
I'm just gonna let this one finish out.
Thought you had another one, caught a widow girl.
Used gets a heart. I like that the production kind of picked up a little bit there, a little bit different. Nice feature by Don Tolliver there. I liked his vocals on that one. I think that's the first time I've heard him. First time? I think so. Not positive. I've heard his name mentioned many times. You know what was interesting here, though? Handing out poinsettias to my dead homies' mothers, praying they feel better. You know, might get chipped, doing this, that. Can you tell if it's even worth conversation? Hit a prayer. Do it even work? Does it even work? All that's real is forever. Moments stolen taste better. I'm going to click on this annotation here. SZA told Complex Magazine that prior to release of Control, she was in a dark place due to the passing of family and friends. She was also distraught at the racial injustice present in her country that was brought to light during the 2016 election, and she felt dumbfounded because all her efforts seemed to be useless in the fight against major world issues. I buried like 3 ex-boyfriends. My granny died. I'm devastated by the state of the world. Then you start getting biblical. Yeah, that's fair. Right. Then you go through, it's never going to change, so might as well just go with it. No, I'm not asking more. I'm going to make a change. Huh. Okay, that makes sense. Hit a prayer. Does it even work? So she's basically just kind of summarizing that emotional process. I like Tolliver's chorus. Riding through this cold world. Thought you had another one. Went and caught him with old girl. I feel like it's over. Something's calling you. Get closer. I'm out of touch. I need a level that's a mile away. Need you once, girl. Once, girl. We're going out of the way. Count my blessings twice as much. Let death stress me too much. Can't hide from pressure. Too worried. I'm living a lie. Interesting. Thought it'd be easy to get myself what I needed, but it takes some time. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It does take time, unfortunately. And our culture has got to a point where we want everything instantly and right away and no waiting, no effort. We just want it. It takes patience. Can't lose myself to your ego, I want to say. Love me better when you try less. Yeah, yours is cool. I'm cool with that. I like that. Let's move on. Track 8 is called Snooze. Babyface, Christopher Riddick Tynes, and BLK Beats. That sounds familiar too. Maybe not. Leon Thomas III. All right, track 8 is Snooze. Chill sound here.
I touch that 5 for you. I do that 3-4 times again. I testify for you. I told I like you, that bitch. I do it all that I'm around. You scared to do. I'm not. As long as you joking now here for me, I ain't got it. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. I can't just snooze and miss the moment. You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do.
So we're roughly, eight tracks in. What are we, like 20 minutes in or something? Maybe. I'm starting to hear what people say when they're criticizing this album. So far, I feel like with this album, there's kind of 2 veins. You either love it, and you love every song, because every song so far has kind of been the same, or you don't like it, you're bored with it, because every song so far has kind of been the same. And right now I'm starting to get a little bored. And it's not because the songs are bad. And it doesn't even bother me that the songs are similar. I don't mind that either. You get like a cohesive sonic experience through an album. That's great. I think that can be very important at times. The only issue I'm having, and it's partly just a personal one, because I don't click too well with love songs, because I haven't gone through all that heartbreak and all that kind of stuff that draws people in sometimes. But really, that's the biggest problem for me. For whatever reason, I'm just not really being pulled in by the lyrics. The lyrics are there's nothing wrong with the lyrics, but the story that's being shared and the feelings that are being expressed, I think the biggest problem for me is I just don't have a lot of the personal context that SZA is probably operating from when writing these songs. I'm sure she feels it big time, but I didn't have the relationships that she had, that she's talking about, that she's referencing, that she's heartbreaking over. You know, all these different feelings that she's expressing, these are through the experiences she had. And as a listener, I can hear her have these feelings and all this other stuff, but I'm not quite there with her because I don't really have any of the context to go with it. And that's a hard thing to build. So I'm not really criticizing SZA for that. It's just, it's difficult. But thus far, I haven't really been pulled in. That's all. I'm enjoying the sound. I mean, honestly, I'm enjoying all of it, but that's that one element that's missing for me so far is this emotional connection. I have not personally had like an emotional connection to anything yet. Let's keep rolling.
In a drop top ride with you, I feel like Scarface. Like that white bitch with the bob, I'll be your main one. Let's take this argument back up to my place. Sex remind you I'm not violent, I'm your day one. We had shit, yeah. It was magic, yeah. Smash and grab shit, yeah. Nasty habits take a hold when you're not here. Ain't a home when you're not here. Hard to grow when you're not here. I'm saying I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. I can't lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze and miss the moment? You just too important. Nobody do body like you do. You do.
Well, that's Snooze. That one's got a lot of listens. I don't know. I think too, you know, with the lyrics, I was thinking about the lyrics, they're fine. I think that's really, where someone was saying, when I posted up the vote between this or the new Yeet album, someone said, oh, it's a mid-off. Whatever. It's Discord. People say all kinds of shit there. But it is interesting how when you get to an album, and we're only 8 tracks in, there's still plenty of music to listen to. I'm not too worried about it. But so far, it's like, how do you like it? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not bad. But I'm not amazed either. I'm not blown away. I think Control thus far has been much better than this. And it's weird, especially with hip hop and the whole term of mid and all this other stuff. I honestly think it's worse to be mid than trash, because at least people remember trash. Mid is like more offensive for some reason. And I'm not really willing to say that this is mid yet, but I feel like, if I were to play this for my wife and I ask her, okay, how do you feel about it? She goes, oh, it was fine. Because so far, that's what it's been. It's been fine. I don't have a problem with it. Pleasant sounds, great singing, nice soothing production. Yeah, it's fine. But, it's not that next level up thus far. And even with the lyrics, I was trying to think, how come not really tear apart the lyrics? How come there aren't really a lot of annotations? Because that's all pretty straightforward. There's nothing terribly complex happening with the lyrics here. And again, that's not always a problem. It's not like every single song has to be complex. But there's nothing to grab at, So let's move on to track 9, which is Notice Me. Produced by Carter Lang. Thank God for Cody. Lots of production on these. Lots of production credits. Michael, Tio, Rob. Track 9, Notice Me. It's kind of a cool sound here in the beginning.
You stay on mine, I can't regret no time spent with you, and I still wonder if you notice me. Yes, I'm alive if I box with you. to fucking rock with you, can decide right now either way. I'm buzzing through tonight with you. Top down on the CDs, be the way to. Yes, sir, when you see me do that thing like. All this and more when you about me. All this and jewels around you. Long as you got me. I don't wanna be your girlfriend. I'm just tryna be your person. I don't need to be your girl.
You know, this is another track that's just interesting within the context of SOS and being lost. And I'm starting to kind of take a different feel. I mean, I didn't know where this album was going to go. Coming off of Big Fish Theory, like I was saying earlier, how it just felt like I made it and now I'm not happy and stuff. But it does really seem like SZA in this album so far is expressing the sense of SOS of just, I need help. But you get in a track like Blind, she's aware of herself. She knows what she has within herself. But man, this track kind of encapsulates all of it, right? Notice me. Why, and it just begs the question for me, why? Why do you need this person to notice you? Why do you need validation from this person? Why? You know, and that's not a criticism to SZA directly. It's just the concept is always very interesting to me, especially if you're not in like this really long-term relationship or anything like that. Like it's an ex and maybe you love them quite a bit and that's all fair and stuff, but there's other people out there. I'm glad this album started with the track SOS and her saying, I'm so mature. I even have a therapist telling me there's other men out there. Right. And that's the thing. That's what's so interesting about this album so far is she's aware of these things. She's aware of them. And she's fully capable of understanding that concept. Yet she's then goes back to, I need this person to notice me. I need this person to need me. But why? And hopefully this is a question that will maybe be answered at some point in this album. Why? Why do you need this specific person to give you the attention? You know? In the chorus, I don't want to be your girlfriend. I'm just trying to be your person. Don't need to be your girl. Already tried to be your girl. We can't even speak, but you stay on my mind. I can't regret the time I've spent with you. I still wonder if you notice me. But why? You know? Interesting. Very interesting. And I've said it before earlier, you know, I've been married 20 years. I've got a great relationship with my wife, get along very well. So it is harder for me to connect with this. And so please don't take this as me like trying to shit on SZA or R&B or anything like, because I'm not. But it is more difficult for me to get into just because of that. My wife did something so funny. She is so funny to me. She's just the cutest. It blows me away how long we've been with each other and we know each other and how excited she'll get sometimes from some of the things that I do. Like this morning I went out, it was cold. And I was going to take my son to school. So I started up my car and I started up her truck to warm up the truck for her. And I came in. She's like, oh, you started my truck. And she was doing something with, you know, by the front door. And I like kind of bumped into her a little bit. And she's like, you know, thought I was screwing around pushing her. I was like, no. And I stuck my arm out. And she didn't really get it. And I took her hand and looped it through my arm to walk her back to the kitchen because, you know, her bag was over there. And it was like a little kid seeing bubbles being blown for the first time. I mean, she just got giggly and bouncy. And it's just like, it's incredible. I mean, it's incredibly sweet and warm and loving and wholesome and all this other stuff. But I thought about that just because of this track, the idea of notice me. And sometimes it blows me away. My own wife, who I've been with for over 20 years, she'll get so excited just from something so simple that I do. You know? That also confuses me. I also sometimes have the question in my mind of that. I go, why? Right? So it's not just SZA. I have just questions in general. Why? Why? Anyway, let's keep going.
I can't like this gang, I just get more real.
I like that it's sped up right there. I like that there's some spitfire going on right there. Well, there's Notice Me. You know. We'll see. Yeah. So far, okay. You know, okay. Track 10 is called Gone Girl, produced by Carter Lang, Emily Haney, Emil. I don't know. Jeff, Rob, thank God for Cody. Track 10, Gone Girl.
Split mind, don't need to decide when. Straightforward, eyes on the climbing. I decide no matter the climate. Birthing bitches in my third trimester. Shift eyes, they tell me you lying. I need your touch, not just scrutiny. Squeezing too tight, boy, you're losing me. Boy, you're losing.
Something to touch on real quick about this track. This one is a little easier for me to connect with because it's presented with the she instead of SZA saying I'm gone girl or whatever, saying she, because it makes it a little bit more general. And so I don't know, I mean, I know this is semantics and nitpicking, but it just makes it a little bit easier for it to be a general idea, and then therefore I can just kind of go, oh, okay, this, I can take this and apply it to my own life or, you know, other people or whatever. I don't know if that makes sense. But I'm liking this a little bit more. I'm liking Gone Girl because of that. I know that doesn't necessarily make sense, but there you go.
Can't think it's too hard to process. Get around you and I regress. I decide what demons I digest. I'm just tired of repeating, I digress. Trying to find deeper meaning in nonsense. Trying to grow without hating the process. Tired of anticipating the worst yet. Still anticipating the worst. Inward I go when there's no one around me. And memories drown me the further I go. And ain't nobody talking about the damage, pretending like it's all okay. I try to erase, I live to escape.
So earlier I mentioned I hope some of these questions of why get answered. And I think we just got a tiny sneak peek right here on this bridge. Inward I go when there's no one around me, and memories drown me the further I go. And ain't nobody talking about the damage, pretending like it's all okay. I try to erase, I live to escape. So I've had these questions. Why would you rather be with this person that treats you like shit than be alone? Right? That was one of the questions. And here's the answer to that question. When there's no one around, I drown in my memories, remembering damage, pretending like it's okay, trying to erase this, trying to escape it. There's the answer to that question. Inward I go when there's no one around me, and memories drown me the further I go. So the more I'm alone, the longer no one is around me, the more I drown in these memories I have. Ain't nobody talking about the damage, pretending like it's all okay. I try to erase, I live to escape. So that final line is really interesting too. I live to escape. So she's not addressing whatever the core problem is. She's trying to cover it up. She's trying to fill that hole. But in the process, well, and look, I don't know SZA. I don't know her personal life, right? I'm not her fucking therapist, right? Okay, so we're all on the same page there, right? I live to escape, but in the process, it seems like, through what she said in this album thus far, she's just filling the hole with things that are also fairly toxic, not healthy, not love. Inward I go when there's no one around me, and memories drown me the further I go. I think that right there is your SOS. That's your help. I'm lost. Right there. And whatever else happens in the album, you know, unless that part gets resolved, everything else will continue, in my opinion. Gone Girl. It's, again, too, I was thinking, here's a criticism of the album, unfortunately, is I feel like I've already heard the song on this album. This is the downside of having something that's pretty consistent throughout in terms of the sonic experience of, didn't we hear this one already, So still plenty of songs left. Hopefully we get a little bit of mix up. There's some features coming. Phoebe Bridgers, I'm excited to hear that one. But let's finish up this track. I really wanted to emphasize that bridge because it answers one of the questions I brought up. Why? Why would you rather be with this person that treats you like shit than be alone? There's the answer right there.
Gone, gone girl, gone girl. You better learn how to face it. She's gone, gone girl. She's gone girl. She's gone, gone girl.
I like that it hits right there, and it hit on the previous chorus too. That swallow sound.
Gone girl, she's gone girl.
It does do something too with the concept of gone girl, she's gone. That bridge, that whole, pretending like it's all okay. I tried to erase, I lived to escape. To me, you can take the chorus of gone girl, she's gone, as like this hint or this meaning of the original person that SZA used to be, or maybe her chance to grow into a whole person that does not have this damage, this stuff that she's trying to escape, etc. I think that's a bit much. I think that's a reach. I don't really think that's what's going on with the chorus, but you could possibly spin that in that direction. Especially, and it makes this cover seem so much more important, a little bit more dramatic. It's a great cover to begin with, I think, but that, like, she's all alone. And what does she do when she's all alone? She drowns in her memories. So that makes the cover very important right there. All right, track 11 is called Smoking on My X Pack, which is kind of neat. Produced by Jay Versace. Track 11, here we go.
Roll the clip and run it back, I'm really like that. I'm really not friendly, I need my credit, niggas hate that. I need the numbers, I need the data. Got you talking crazy, abracadabra, you niggas sideshow. I'm bobbing like psycho, you gassing like Texaco. Infection like micro, you test it, I might go. You push it, I might pop. I'm fucking on heartthrobs, I got your favorite rapper blocked. I heard his dick was whack, your favorite athlete screaming, text me back. I make no exception, the lesser part of me loves all the cap. He screaming, get back together, I'm screaming back at a bus trick. Hawaii for weather, booty soft in the leather. These hoes is featherweight. I wiped my phone and gave some dome, I beat the case. I can, you can trust in me. You can,
Huh. Okay. Okay. I feel like this verse and this track was supposed to be, her just spitting hot fire, but it's not delivered as such. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let's move on. The next track is called Ghost the Machine, featuring Phoebe Bridgers. I have become quite a fan of Phoebe Bridgers recently. I've kind of discovered her recently. I don't know a lot of her music. I found that Bo Burnham cover that she did. I listened to a couple other tracks. She does a great job of the cover of Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead. Her and Arlo, I can't remember the girl's last name, but I like Phoebe. I like her a lot. I don't know much of her music. I'm not an expert, but I enjoy what she's done so far. So I'm very excited to hear this feature. Ghost in the Machine is an interesting title. I actually recently watched this anime movie for the first time, like a month ago or so. I watched it. It was a cool movie. It wasn't as impactful for me to watch today, post Matrix type of thing, post fucking chat GPT and all this, whatever the hell. Like all these AI things are happening right now. So the concept of Ghost in the Machine and all that shit, a little less mind blowing today, but I can imagine back in the day when that movie came out, it was like, oh, fuck, like, light another blunt, man. I can't fucking handle it. Anyway, track 12, Ghost in the Machine. So I like already that there's some slight difference in the production.
Everything disgusting, conversation is so boring. Heard about what I hate her, I don't agree. I did it first, I give a fuck. I just want fuck, eat, sleep, love, happy. Can you make me happy? Can you keep me happy? Can you distract me from all the disaster? Can you touch on me and not call me after? Can you hate on me and mask it with laughter? Can you lead me to the ark? What's the password? I need humanity.
This is cool.
Like humanity.
Let's get to heart.
Owning humanity. Craving humanity. Can you distract me from all the disaster? Can you touch on me and not call me after? Can you hate on me and mask it with laughter? Can you lead me to the ark? What's the password?
So something I like about this so far quite a bit is this idea of taking the concept of the ghost in the machine and, from what I can tell, applying it to kind of like the digital online age and how humanity has become a ghost while it's inside of the machine, which would be like the internet and all this other stuff. And I mean, she's not saying that explicitly here, but that's my interpretation of this. We all lack humanity. Like when you think about the interactions you see online, they lack humanity. They lack patience. They lack understanding. They lack so many elements of humanity that humanity, once it's inserted inside of this machine, becomes a ghost. That's how I take it. This is a cool fucking song. I like that little kind of guitar sound that's going on. I don't know what type of guitar that is. And I love the pre-chorus. Can you distract me from all the disaster? Can you touch on me and not call me after? That's a funny line. Really funny line, right? After how many times have we heard SZA say that she needs this person and I want to be with you even though they don't care. But the other people, don't call me. Yeah, well, fuck, but we're dad. Just don't call me. All right, let's check out Phoebe and see what she's got to say here. Verse 3.
All of my friends are on my payroll. You're not wrong, you're an asshole. Screaming at you in the let low. I was yours for free. I don't get existential. I just think about myself and look where that got me. Standing on my own in an airport bar or hotel lobby, waiting to feel.
Interesting.
It's so fucking boring. Craving humanity. Don't like humanity. I need humanity. I need.
Those who have forsaken their humanity, they're trying to patch their life with morality.
So this outro here, I'm just going to click on the annotation. It's those who have forsaken their humanity like to patch their life with morality. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Sadhguru is an influential yogi who is known for being the founder and head of the Isha Foundation, a spiritual nonprofit, and has millions of subscribers and followers on YouTube. He creates a distinction between morality and humanity. According to him, morality is a relative and debatable construct that can be created by individuals and societies according to their needs and interests. I agree with that. Clashing moralities therefore lead to conflict. I agree with that. Humanity, on the other hand, is derived from an awakened natural sense. Maintaining this humanity allows for humans to associate with beauty and without enforcement, shame, guilt, or fear. SZA's reference to this expands on her discussion of people straying from their humanity and being self-centered. Instead of aspiring to humanity, it's easier to mindlessly satisfy base and fleeting desires without any serious emotional investment. A good write-up. Who wrote that? Who wrote this? 2 contributors. Let's see. Head of No State and Robot Rachel. Good job, you two. Well done. I like that. There was a line. Where was it? Oh, the second line here for Phoebe Bridgers. You're not wrong. You're an asshole. Please, please be a reference to The Big Lebowski. It is. Okay, good. Good. All right. You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole. What's screaming at you in the Ludlow? What's Ludlow? I didn't know what that is. Oh, a hotel in Manhattan. Okay. You said all of my friends were on the payroll. You're not wrong. You're an asshole. Screaming at you in the Ludlow. I was yours for free. I don't get existential. I just think about myself and look where that got me. Standing on my own in an airport bar or hotel lobby waiting to feel clean. That's so fucking boring. Interesting. I like that. So far, that's my favorite track off the album. Ghost in the Machine. It's just got a neat little sound. I like that. You know, I don't know what kind of guitar that is, but it's got like more of a plucky sound in the guitar. Pretty neat, though. All right, we're going to move on to track 13, which is called F2F, produced by Carter Lang and Rob. Drop it in track 12. Oops. 13. Track 13. Again, a little bit of change in the production here, which is nice.
I've been thinking about you, haven't got much sleep. Worried that you're already to replace me. Worried I done took it too far and you too were to hit me. Smoking on the back because I missed my ex. Now I'm ovulating and I need round 6. Knowing you gon' block me tomorrow, can you still come and get me? Listen, my daddy when the nights get cold. Wishing I didn't wanna sell my soul. Wishing that it wasn't so hard, man, I'm on my knees. Get a rise out of watching you.
Oh, wow.
Get a kick out of me.
Oh, wow.
Now hate me enough for the two of us. Hate that I can't let go of you enough is why I fuck 'em 'cause I miss you. I fuck 'em 'cause I really miss you. I fuck 'em 'cause I miss you.
Wow. Very surprising change in production there. That was cool. That was cool.
Hate that I can't let go of you enough is why I fuck 'em 'cause I miss you. I fuck 'em 'cause I really miss you. I fuck 'em 'cause I miss you. I'm looking for comfort. I knew all along. I knew that you loved her. We drop it wrong.
I fuck him, but I don't cuff him. Okay. Okay. Huh. Well, that was different. That was good. Not quite my jam in terms of like that rock sound. That I don't know why. I don't know what it is with that. I feel like that's more of the I don't even know how to classify it. I guess it's just the riff style. There's something about that specific style of rock sound where I just think of like, you know, teeny boppy, angsty, but not angry, you know, like, oh, I'm annoyed. Rather than I'm going to fucking melt the world down and scream until my vocal cords bleed type of thing. But I you know what? Let's get in the heart. I've been critical of the album for saying it sounds too similar. This is definitely a breakout part in terms of the production. There was a section here. Missing my daddy when the nights get cold. Wishing I didn't want to sell my soul. Wishing that it wasn't so hard. I'm on my knees. Now, you could kind of take that, you know, two ways. You know, missing my daddy when the nights get cold. You know, okay, if she's calling her, you know, her friend, her lover, whatever, daddy, and she needs to be warmed up, whatever. But I wonder if missing my daddy when the nights get cold, if that feeds back into, which one was it? I can't remember now. The one where she's saying, you know, I don't want to be alone because that's when that's when all my memories come back. I wonder if that is a second little tidbit to that idea. If I'm alone, I have my memories. Maybe I miss my father, and I don't want to like pigeonhole SZA into this all, oh, she has daddy issues type of bullshit, right? Because that's just generic, stupid ass shit. Because I have no idea. But when the kids don't get attention from their parents, man, that can turn into something later on in life. It really can. And You know, if she's needing attention from certain people so much so that she's willing to be in a toxic relationship because of it. Maybe. That's all I'm saying. Maybe. I don't want to pin anything on SZA. I don't like that. That's not what I want to do. Wishing I didn't want to sell my soul. That's an interesting one, right? I didn't want to sell my soul. Wishing it wasn't so hard. And then it drops into this chorus. I get a rise out of watching you fall. Get a kick out of missing your call. I hate me enough for the two of us. Hate that I can't let go of you enough. That's why I fuck him, because I miss you. So, again, just toxic relationship in general. In general, she's with this other person that she doesn't care about. Obviously, she's doing it because she misses the other person, while also missing the call on purpose and getting a rise out of watching another person fall. Just not great. Not healthy. Not healthy at all. But cool little jam. I like that. A neat ditty, as some might say, right? I've been watching, what's his name? Charlie Penguin, Moist Critical. I've been watching him a bit. He cracks me up. I love his just dry sense of humor. I don't know how he can crack off all his little one-liners and never crack a smile. That's one thing I always do. I make a stupid-ass joke, and I always laugh at my own jokes. Always. I think a big part of it is because I need other people to know I'm just screwing around, because I've learned through the years that there have been people who were intimidated by me, and I never knew until after the fact. And it was because they didn't know I was screwing around, because I screw around a lot, but apparently I do it pretty well, such that people don't know I'm screwing around. So anyway, a little story about me. Oh, which feeds perfectly into this next title, which is called Nobody Gets Me. Nobody gets me. Nobody understands I'm screwing around all the time. They don't get it. This track 14 is produced by Betty Blanco, which sounds familiar. That name sounds very familiar. Betty Blanco. And Carter Lang. All right, track 14, Nobody Gets Me. Oh my God, this sounds familiar for some reason. Is this a sample? This sounds incredibly familiar.
Took a long vacation,
Maybe
no
not.
makeup, just Jay-Z. You were balls deep, now we beefing. At me butt naked at the MGM. So wasted, screaming, fuck that. Blurry now, but I'm anything. Hurry now, baby, stick it in. For the memories get to kicking in.
Jesus.
It's too late, I don't wanna
Not
lose.
healthy.
What's left of you? How am I supposed to tell you? I don't wanna see you with anyone but me. Nobody gets me like you.
I think, I was saying these things out. It sounds nice. I like the guitar strum. I like her singing. All this. It's a good song. But it's track 14, and I feel like I've already heard this a couple times. Not like in terms of the specific sound that's coming through, but like what we're singing about, And this was a criticism I saw about the album when it released, and people were talking about it a bit in Discord. There was one person saying, like, how many times are we going to sing about this, And again, maybe that's the point of the album. If you're drowning in these emotions, you're drowning in these feelings, you're aware of them, you're aware that they're not healthy, you're aware that there's other men in the world, like you're aware, but you just can't get over it. And then maybe that literally this is the SOS. I need help. I'm in distress. I don't know. But I feel like this song, the impact of this song and what it is a good song. I feel like overall it's slightly diminished because it's like, oh, it's another one of these type of a thing. Let's keep going.
You do. Nobody gets me. Took me out to the ballet. You proposed. I went on the road. You was feeling empty, so you left me. Now I'm stuck dealing with a deadbeat. If I'm real, I deserve less. If I was you, I wouldn't take me back. I pretend when I'm with a man, it's you. When I know that it's too late, I don't wanna lose. What's left of you? Nobody gets me, you do.
Cool jam. I want to walk back what I just said a little bit. I want to walk that back Because I was saying, oh, we've heard this before and this, that. And I think that's true in the general sense of the term. However, of the songs we've heard that are singing about this, I feel like this is the best one of that brand. And as we get through this album, I feel like, maybe the biggest problem with the album thus far is if there's just too many songs that are kind of doing the same thing. So it's not a concise feeling. It just feels like there are some songs where we're covering the same ground. However, this track, Nobody Gets Me, I feel like is doing it the best thus far in terms of like missing somebody. Nobody gets me like you do. I miss you. How are we supposed to do this? There's some good lines in here too. Took me out to the ballet and proposed. I went on the road and left you feeling so empty. You left me. Now I'm stuck dealing with a deadbeat. And then she even owns it, right? If I'm real, I deserve left. If I was you, I wouldn't take me back. So, I mean, there's some ownership there. Again, self-awareness. Interesting. Good jam. I like that one. I like Nobody Gets Me. I got something on my tongue. That's why I'm acting weird right now. Oh, God. All right, let's move on to track 15, which is called Conceited, produced by Thank God for Cody. Right now, we're on a 3-heart run. Ghost of the Machine, F to F, and Nobody Gets Me. Those 3 have gotten hearts. That's the only, well, there was a 2-heart run earlier, too. But so far, we're clicking a little bit now. All right, Conceited is track 15. Despicable and the Minions. Love when they count me out. Love when they count me out.
Say that shit to my face, I'm gon' slide about it. Put that bitch in her place, she ain't make no peep about it. Oh, feel like a billion. Oh, feel like I might drill on ya. When you leave, it might go. Make diamonds can't fold. Oh.
I just got like how she did it. I feel like I might drill on your ho. Oh, I kind of like that. There was a line in here. Where was it? Here's some interesting, Conceited. And I feel like, I don't know, for the people who are critical of this album, who just don't like it, I feel like there are some layers that are probably being missed. I mean, this one's called Conceited. I mean, SZA's doing a great job, in my opinion, of very much owning the feelings that she's going through. She's not, like, pretending she isn't experiencing these things. Verse 1, I don't like nobody. I don't feel guilty about it. Just got my body done. Ain't got no guilt. I just heard your opinion. Could have done without it. All these bitches is minions. Despicable. Like, it's called Conceited. And so she's just blasting out these things that, would come from a conceited person. And, I'm sure there are times when she is conceited. Everyone kind of goes through that. It's not like it's I guess I'm just saying I like the self-awareness that exists. I think at this point I'm forming the opinion of, we probably could have done with fewer tracks, or maybe take a couple of tracks and merge them into one and have some of the ideas that overlap kind of blend together and make more of a cohesive song rather than 2 different songs that are kind of the same song. But I like that she's just putting this stuff out there. And I wonder, after she made, it was 150 tracks for Control, I wonder if that's just her writing process. If she just cranks out a song and cranks out a song and cranks out a song, and then it's trying to figure out, okay, well, what's going where and what are we using, and can we merge these 2 together? That's that whole creative process, and then trying to break things down is challenging. I got everything that I need and I want more. I can't take my neck off the neck. It's an encore. I got everything and I'm living all for revenge. That's an interesting line when we think about some of the little hints that we've gotten from her about, why she hates being alone. If she's alone, she starts to remember these things and she drowns in her memories. Now she's talking about she's living all for revenge. Burning bridges and I do it all over again. Heard you're fucking these lames. Ain't losing no sleep about it. Her hoes be speaking my name. Can't lose no sleep about it. Let's keep going. This is a decent song. I'm kind of liking this one.
I got no reason to depend on you. No reason to make friends. I'm cold. I got no reason to depend on you. No reason to be friends. I'm cool. I got everything that I need and I want more. I can't take my foot off their neck. It's an encore. Me.
Yeah, I'll give Conceited a heart. I'm okay with that one. I like that one. Moving on to track 16, which is called Special, produced by Benny Blanco, Shellback, Omar Fred, Blake Slatkin. That name sounds familiar too. All right, track 16, Special.
I wish I was that girl from the Gucci store. She never wore any makeup and she owns couture. I got pimples where my beauty mark should be. I got giant skin on my elbows and knees. I never liked her, wanting to be like her. Hate how you look at her, cause you never saw me like I was an art piece, like I was an ordinary girl. I wish I was special. Wanting to be thick, now I wanna be thin. Her Pilates is in, bet you windows out. You gon' hit my mouth, you could kick me out. You say I'm too wild, you gon' hate me now. Oh, you got me fucked up, now I'm getting fucked up. Thinking about us fucking, why'd you have to fuck her? I don't wanna see you, why'd you have to treat me like I was an ordinary girl? Wish I was special, I'd give all my special away to a loser. Now I'm just a loser.
Huh. Special gets a heart. And while Special might not necessarily connect with me on a personal level, when I listen to that track and I kind of just let go a little bit and I let the vibe settle in, I feel like that is a song that people are seriously connecting with. Like, in their room, it's dark, they're alone, they got the headphones like this. Like, you know, I feel like this song is special to people for its catharsis and what it lets them process emotionally. So while I can't connect on a personal level, I can't relate to this type of thing, right? I think it's a good song. I think it's a really good song. It's real straight to the point, great vibe track, moody, let you soak in your feelings for a while. You can put it on repeat because it's short. I'm sure plenty of people have. Yeah, I'm cool with Special. That's a cool track. And see, this is something, hopefully the SZA fans who are watching this didn't get so disgusted with me early on to not make it here. Although most people don't watch the full video anyway. But this is the kind of track where I go, this album overall is just too long. There's other songs that don't pull off the feel that this song does. Like Ghost in the Machine does. Like Nobody Gets Me does. You know? Well, although Nobody Gets Me, that was the one with like the rock riff, right? Or no, that was F to F. That's right. It's hard to remember when you hear them all for the first time. It's hard to remember which is which. But when you have an album with this many tracks, it's really hard to hit like this on every single one. And even if you did, all it does is kind of wash out the other, you know? And so I feel like this is a good song. It's special. I'm glad it's on the album, but I feel like the presence of some of the other songs kind of negate this one a little bit. It just devalues it somewhat. Anyway, let's move on to, but Special's cool. I like Special. Good one. Good track. Good jam. Track 17 is called Too Late. It's produced by Carter Lang, Rob. Still woozy. Thank God for Cardi and Sammy Witt. Track 17, Too Late. Another little guitar strum going on here. Or I guess not really a strum, but...
I've been gone so long, I don't know where what's my problem? I done go alone and get it how I want it. I done be alone to figure out how I should be loved. Is it too late for us? We both scared of love. Moving so close we combust. Is it bad that I want more? Say bust it like a toolie in your waistband. Bust it like that booty too big and you need two hands. Bust it like you catching the body and you in G-stand. Bust it like it's casual Friday and you here too damn. Is it too late for us? We both scared of love. Moving so close we combust. Is it bad that I want more?
Let's go up to these lyrics here. Verse 1's got some interesting words. I've been gone so long, I don't know where I'm going. She's every now and then, SZA just drops this little breadcrumb, right? There was one song talking about you proposed, and then I went on tour, left you brokenhearted or feeling empty, and then you left me. And talking about I don't want to be alone because when I'm alone I drown in my memories. And now you've got this other just little hint. I've been gone so long, I don't know where I'm going. And when you think about that, you kind of conceptualize it a bit. Like if you're away from home constantly, then do you even have a home anymore? And if you don't have a home, and then because going somewhere implies, if I'm going to go here, it implies that you're going to return. Hey, I'm going to go do. When somebody says that, that doesn't mean like if I'm going to go to McDonald's, I'm coming back. I'm not moving in, right? I'm not going to change residence to McDonald's. That's the implication that we just kind of take for granted. Oh, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there. Oh, okay, cool. If you're going and going and going and you never go home, then you're also like, oh, I forgot what my train of thought was. You've gone so long, you don't even know where I'm going. You're not even going anywhere. You're just never stopping. You're never existing anywhere. You're kind of lost in a sense. But it's an interesting line. I've been gone so long, I don't know where I'm going. Because if you never like touch back to your base, to your home, whatever that is, then you're just going. That doesn't sound as sophisticated and as articulate as it first spawned in my brain. It sounds pretty dumb when I say it out loud. But, there you go. Sometimes you try and sound smart and people find out, oh, he's not that smart. You've been on my phone talking about what's my problem. Had to go alone to get it how I wanted. Had to be alone to figure out how I should be loved. And if it's just us, is that enough? This is another important line, I feel, to the context of this album. Had to be alone to figure out how I should be loved. Because I think that is definitely something that she's wrestling with. How other people love her. I love this. Bust it like that booty too big and you need both hands. Or two hands. That's just great. Great line right there. And the chorus is pretty straightforward, obviously. All right, let's keep going.
Pressure, I won't learn my lesson. I want you to stretch it. Limit, want you to test it. I know.
I like the guitar in this. It's
I gotta know. Is it bad that I want more? Is it too late for us? We're both dangerous. Moving so close, we combust. Is it bad that I want more?
It's starting to grow on me. And I wonder, this is something I didn't really consider coming into the album. There are some albums when, especially when it's new to me in terms of how it sounds or how it feels, it takes me a couple tracks to settle in. And I guess just because I had the idea in my head, coming in like, okay, it's kind of a safer album. And the first 4 or 5 tracks really they did feel pretty safe. I liked Kill Bill. That's the only one that's got a heart out of the first 5. 4 right now. This is just the first run through. But it's something starting to like click in a sense. And not really like on a forefront thought, like tangible level, but just in a feel. Like I'm starting to settle in. Now, granted, it's taken 17 tracks. We're on a 6-track run right now in terms of hearts. Ghost in the Machine kind of kicked off this whole snowball effect for me. But so far, on the back half of this album, I'm really starting to kind of enjoy this. And maybe I am just settling into the sound more, the style more. Maybe this will grow on me quite a bit with additional listens. We'll see. But yeah, this is just, I'm feeling different here on the back half than I did on the first half. The first half I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. This is fine. Now I'm like, you know what? This is kind of cool. This is pretty cool. Interesting. All right, let's move on to track 18, which is called Far, produced by Beat Butcher, Carter Lang. We got Los Hendrix, Rob, and Scum. Track 18, Far.
How do I deal with rejection? I'm dealing with a lot of rejection right now. It makes me feel very small.
That's great. If nobody wants you, you're free.
Haha, yeah, I like that.
Try to wash all of my shit away. Try to wash all my emotions. In a few brews, need a palm tree. I be drinking in private, don't call me to party though. Fuck on your nigga for cardio. Too good if you need feeling love right away. I put my feelings on layaway. Done being used, done playing stupid, done faking cool. I don't want none of that shit, I don't want it. Done being screwed, done feeling clueless, that's how you do. Always on my mind, trust is hard to find. Everything reminds me of us. I just want my sanity back. Better than being your enemy. Better than letting go, scared to die.
Interesting. There's something happening. There's something happening. It starts out with this whole bit. You know, she's talking with this the guru guy, right? I'm dealing with a lot of rejection. It makes me feel very small. How do I deal with that? Oh, that's great. If nobody wants you, you're free. And that is true. But we also have to keep in mind where SZA's coming from. Of if I'm alone, I drown in these memories that I have. Tried to wash all my shit away. Tried to wash all my emotions. Need a few brews. Need a palm tree. I'll be drinking in private. I love it. Fuck on your guy for cardio. That's an amazing line. Oh my God, it's an amazing line. You got this pre-chorus, you know, done being used, done playing stupid, faking cool, feeling clueless, all this other stuff. Far, like I don't recognize me because I let you define me. I'm far because I can't trust nobody. So this is interesting because there's some processing happening. Like, and I'm glad to see that. I was worried this album was just going to be every song is, oh, I love you so much and I miss you and fuck you and I'm fucking your buddy but I do it because I miss you so much. But when you call, I'm not going to. Like, I was hoping there was going to be some growth beyond that, you know. And I feel like we're getting into some growth here. I feel less cool as before. Nobody under my garter belt. Nobody out here to tell me I'm special. So she is alone. Made you check your bullshit at the door. Got an appetite, hungry to feed my ego. Nobody around me to be my hero. Always on my mind, trust is hard to find. Everything reminds me of us. I just want my sanity back. Better than being your enemy. Let's keep going. There's some interesting lines in this.
Far, far like I don't recognize me. Far, far cause I let you define me. I'm far, far cause I can't trust nobody. Far, stay far, so far. I remember when you had me upside down. Stress me out and turn me out, it's all bad now. I remember when I wasn't so burnt out. I'd rather never be your enemy. Ready to let it go. Dragging me
Yeah, Far gets a heart. Far gets a heart. We're on a run right now. I feel like maybe it's a little bit of a recency bias or confirmation bias. I don't know what the fuck it is, but something's starting to click. Just I don't know. Let's keep going. I'm starting to get excited. I'm curious to see how this rounds out. There's 5 more tracks. So moving to track 19, which is called Shirt. I always love emphasizing the T on shirt. So shirt. I don't know why. It's produced by Rodney Jerkins, Freaky Rob. Freaky Rob. Not Rob Bissell. Okay. Is this Freaky Rob? Is that Rob in disguise? Is it Rob with a different shirt? I don't know. Track 19 is shirt. Is you seen? Oh, cool. That was cool.
Kiss me dangerous. Been so lost without you all around me. Getting the stain on my shirt, new bitch on my nerves. Oh, nigga got curved, going back on my word. Damn, bitch, you so thirsty. Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't deserve. Broad day, sunshine, I found a way to fuck it up. Still can't cry about the shit that I can change. Just my mind, gotta get out of here. Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn.
I like the chorus quite a bit on that one. This pre-chorus is in the dark right now, feeling lost, but I like it. Comfort in my sins and all about me, all I got right now. Feel the taste of resentment. Simmer in my skin, it's all about blitzing on my shirt. Let's click these annotations because this is interesting. Let's see here. SZA turns to biblical concepts of light and dark, salvation, sin in these lines. If we consider Jesus' metaphor in John 11:10, we understand the nod to scripture. But if anybody walks in the night, he stumbles because the light is not in him. From this, we might see SZA's flirtation with darkness as a sign that she's straying from the proverbial light of God. Despite SZA being raised Muslim, it's well documented that SZA is a student of the Bible. Really? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to say it's wrong, but I don't know. I feel like it's a little complex for just the idea of I'm lost. You know, I'm in the dark right now. I'm lost. Comfort my sins and all about me. Feel the taste of resentment simmer in my skin. What's this annotation say? Some of these, I don't know. Some of these annotations. What's the deal with the blood stain on my shirt, though? Blood stain on my shirt. New bitch on my nerves. Old guy got curved. Going back on my word. You're so thirsty. I still don't know my worth. Still stress and perfection. Let you all my mental. Got me looking too desperate. Let's keep going.
Is it what you say and how you do me? I'm supposed to trust, baby, supposed to love, and supposed to hurt this way.
I like the flow right there, just that little bit.
How I got to say, give me all of you. Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate.
Yep. That vocal performance, I really like. It's super catchy. Just kind of the cadence that she uses with her vocals there through that chorus. The pre-chorus too. The pre-chorus and chorus. And she's just yeah. That's good shit. Shirt gets a heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-track run right now on hearts. That was cool. I like Shirt. I don't understand it entirely. And apparently I need to go read the Bible more. But that's okay. That's okay. All right. Track 20. God, we're getting down the home stretch here. It's featuring Travis Scott, produced by Michael Rob. Not Freaky Rob, but just normal Rob, who does not have a bloodstained shirt. I'll stop making that joke. I'm all done. Track 20, Open Arms. Here we go.
When you do your best, I told you. When you do your best, hell, that's all you can do. You, me, and anybody else. So they always talk.
Loving the guitar again.
Running away from where I'm from. Never can stay with no one. Loving you almost feels like something when no one's around me.
cool sound here on the chorus.
So get me open with open arms. Open arms. So get me open. I'm so devoted. You keep me open.
I love, I guess it's Travis, that ooh in the background. That shit's really good.
No matter what come between us, yeah, I decided I'm forever riding, you forever guided. Pull up on the hop, hit his curb up, sliding. Notice when you mad, ain't no words, just silence. Drew my favorite color, now you seeing every shade of me. You say that I'm tripping, I hit back like where you taking me. Locked in for life, on God, no replacing me. Consequences, repercussions, karma keep on changing me. For you, I try.
The only one that's holding me down. You're the only one holding me down. 'Cause I'm the only one that's holding me down.
We're getting growth. She's growing out of this. I hope. I mean, so listen to some of these lines, okay? This obviously, I take it back. This is not about God. It seemed that way with the whole open arms and love and devotion, right? That kind of sounded like a song that would be about God at first. But you've got this opening by Norma Rowe. When you do your best, that's all you can do. True. You and me and anybody else, so they always start talking. Running away from where I'm from, never can stay with no one. Loving you almost feels like something when there's no one around. You lost in family, I was surrounded with wide open arms, Spent your life being hopeless, choking on insecurity. I know all this is bad, but please put a leash on me anyway. Who needs self-esteem anyway? I hate myself to make you stay. Push me away, I'll be right here with open arms. And Travis got a cool verse here too. So far, the vocal performance on this track by both of them is good. Very well. You know what? No, SZA's a fantastic singer no matter what. So that's kind of without saying. Just different things, right? Nothing's going to come between us. We're forever guided. I notice when you're mad, ain't no words, just silence. This was a neat line right here. Drew my favorite color. Now you're seeing every shade of me. I like that. I like that quite a bit. You're seeing every shade of me. You say I'm tripping, I hit back like, where are you taking me? Locked in for life. Consequences for your try. We go to Paris. And then you get to the outro. I guess I gotta go. I guess it's time to go. I gotta let you go. You keep me open, but I gotta let you go. You're the only one that's holding me down. And then the final line, she changes it because I'm the only one that's holding me down. And so you zoom out, right? You take this song and you zoom out and you focus on the album. And pretty consistently, there's been this one person that she misses so much and she needs, and I'm fucking this guy because I miss you. And, now we finally reached a point. I have to let you go. I have to let you go. She spoke on rejection. And dealing with rejection and the guru telling her, well, now you're free. But she can only be free if she lets go. So it's not the person holding her down. It's her holding herself down by holding on to this thing. And, I like to reference it as the stone because there's a Pink Floyd song called Dogs. And there's a bit about being dragged down by the stone. The stone, and just picture this rock that you hold and how it pulls you down into the water and you sink and what have you. Now, that's not what the song's about, but that's kind of the metaphor I use. She has to let go of the stone. It isn't the stone that's holding her down. It's her holding the stone that's holding her down. And it will continue to do so until she lets go. And now she's finally, at least, acknowledging that. I gotta let you go because I'm the only one holding me down. I'm the one holding the stone. It isn't the other person. It isn't the other person that's gone, that she's missing, that she wants in her life, that she wants to love, that wants to her, she wants him to notice her, notice me. No, that person's gone. It's just her with the stone now. So she's realizing she has to let it go. Cool. It's taken a while. It's been a slow burn, but this is interesting. So let's move on to track 21, which is called "I Hate You." So maybe we're not growing as much as I was hoping, but we'll drop into the song. See how it sounds. Produced by Sir Dylan. Thank God for Cody Robb and Carter Lang. Here we go. Track 21. "I Hate You." It's kind of a funky keyboard sound right there. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that.
I be so sick of you niggas, you're contradicting. I be so bored myself, can you come and fuck me? I feel so ordinary, except when you around me. Treat me like corduroy, wear me out. Arguments, you air me out. Tripping about your whereabouts. I can't keep no conflict with you, boy, can we just rub it out? I've been down, baby. Lost in the line of us. Lost, ain't no finding us. I've been down, baby. If you wonder if I hate you, I do. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make you feel just like this. And if you wondered if I hate you, fuck you. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make you feel just like this.
Now I laugh because it's entertaining, and but I hope this is an expression of actual emotion rather than just kind of the petty lashing out to try and get attention type thing. Because those are two different things, right? It's one thing to tell somebody, I hate you, you're stupid, you suck, blah, 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 in a way to like try and bait them into, you know, try to get back into your good graces or something like that, right? Versus, fuck you, go away. Those are two different things. So we'll see where the song goes, but I'm hoping it's a sincerity. I'm dropping the stone. I'm letting you go. I hate you. Go away type of a situation.
And if you wondered if I hate you, fuck you. City of you to make me feel just like this. What I would do to make you feel just like this.
Huh. Okay. Interesting line in the pre-chorus here too. You know, I've been up, heavy reminiscing, heavy on the missing you. Lost in the lie of us. And you think about just SOS, right? I'm lost. I need help. Lost in the lie of us. I feel like whether intentional or not, there's just these little tiny breadcrumbs throughout this album that let you know what it's really all about. I mean, obviously it's about love and heartbreak and missing some. Yeah. But what I'm interested in is the deeper level that exists in a person who is in a shitty relationship, or the relationship's over and they know it and it's not coming back, but they just can't get over it. That's what I'm interested in. Because to me, it's a little bit more fascinating. And so here she's saying, I'm lost in the lie of us. Lost, ain't no finding us. Because there isn't an us, because it's fucking over. It's over. So hopefully we're going to figure that out in the next two tracks. We got one more or two more. Next one's called Good Days, produced by Los Angeles Nascent Carter Lang. Is that her? Why am I thinking of Lil Wayne right now? I don't know. I've seen this picture before. It must have been when I did Control. Except for the Good Days part. I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's drop in 22, Good Days. And I love these little guitar bits that they're putting in.
Good day in my mind, safe to take a step out. Get some air now. Let your edge out to some iceberg. You'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? Now I'm trying to be a nuisance. It's just urgent. Trying to make sense of little change. Got me a war in my mind. Gotta let go of Wayne. Can't keep what's holding me. Choose the right, or it will pick up in front of me.
So some important lines here. I know I killed it right before the chorus here. I killed it. I've been on my empty mind shit. That's important because before, when she's alone, she drowns in her memories, right? So this is good. This is a change. This is something different. And then you've got this part, gotta let go of weight. Can't keep what's holding me. The stone. Gotta let go. Gotta let go.
All the while, I wave my arm, I feel with a smile. Still wanna try, still believe in good days. Always inside, good that they're in my mind. Help me unlock my fears, my limitations. I disappear if you let me.
Interesting song.
Feeling like Jericho, feeling like Joe when he lost his shit. Gotta hold my own, my cross to bear alone night. Ooh, way to dip, way to kill the mood. No, you like that shit. Can't still wanna try, still believe in good days. Oh, sunny inside, good that devil in my mind.
I want to go up here. There's a couple lines that were interesting. Tell me I'm not my fears, my limitations. I disappear if you let me. Feeling like, yeah, feeling like Jericho, feeling like Job when he lost the city. So Jericho was a city that the walls fell down. Important. That's important. I mean, it's a biblical reference, but the concept of the walls, the defenses falling down, that's important. Feeling like that. Feeling like Job when he lost his shit. And Job, the book of the Bible, Old Testament, you know, God basically fucking ruins his life in this weird debate with the devil to prove to the devil, oh, see, yeah, this guy will worship me no matter what. Strange story, in my opinion. Like, are we that concerned about the devil's opinion that you're going to just ruin the life of one of your worshipers to prove a point? Okay. Whatever you and the devil do in your spare time, God thing, go ahead, have a fucking blast, I suppose. But interesting concepts when applied to SZA and her life and her process of what she's dealing with. Neat sound, good sound, man. Let's keep going. Let's jump into verse 3.
Right, trying to free my mind before the end of the world. I don't miss no ex, I don't miss no text. I choose not to respond.
There you go. Choose not to respond.
Should never happen. Half of us laying waste to our youth is in the present.
Kind of a cool wandering around here, right? Listening, considering the idea of chasing fountains of youth, and the present is now. Cool track. I like that one quite a bit. Something has happened on the back half because I'm enjoying this quite a bit now. I wasn't really clicking with it first half, second half. This is working. One more track. It's called Forgiveless. It's featuring Old Dirty Bastard, produced by Rodney Jerkins. Let's see how SOS concludes. We've been getting some strong hints from SZA that we're going to let this go. We're going to move on. There is no fountain of youth. The present is now. Like, you know, or the fountain of youth is in the present. It's now. Interesting ride, man. It took a while to get here, is all. That is my criticism. I think this album's just a little bit too long. But let's not get into closing thoughts. Let's do one more track. Last one, Old Dirty Bastard, Forgiveless, SZA.
Yo, I'm the original G.O.D. Making young ladies scream is my specialty. When I go da, girl get hot. From the funky west, music stereotype.
I don't mind burning bridges, love my enemies. And the peace, call that bitch my kid, she ain't no kin to me.
Cool little change up on the beat right there.
Give a fuck what you prefer, I'm super proud to go back and forth with no average joy. It goes spells in sorcery, you rosary. I don't mind competition, it is what it is. You don't mind second fiddle, that's why you a bitch. You don't think for yourself, and that's none of my business. You take it, I did shit. I'm genie 3 wishes. Better watch how you think out loud if it's about me though. Got a couple that's outside, they kill about me though. I don't need nobody helping, just around me though. Back and forth they go. It's hard, I know.
Yo, this is that old boogie night versus the boogie old type kid. Yo, I want to give a special shout out all my niggas and nigga reps. All race, creed, and colors. It's all love, my nigga.
Huh. Okay. That felt like a bonus track. But let's take a look at these first. I don't care about consequences. I want my lick back. You know, don't mind who's watching. Get pushing your wig back. Burning my bridges. Call that bitch my kid. She ain't no kin to me. Gotta watch how you whisper when you're around me, though. Give a fuck what you prefer. I like this. Too profound to go back and forth with no average dork. Don't mind competition. You know, got a couple outside. They kill me about it, though. Thought I told you. It's not going to end how you want it. Not in the dark anymore. I might forgive, but I won't forget. Huh. Okay. Well. Okay. You know. Huh. It's going to be interesting to see how additional listens go for me with this one. I did enjoy the back half. Maybe it just took me a while to settle into the sound. Maybe it just took me a while to settle into this calmer, slower, kind of wallowing in the broken heartbreak, love, ruined situation. She spends a lot of time on that in the first half. She really does. And maybe the idea is to build up the process, the idea of being lost in this thing, to be surrounded in it. Anytime you look at the cover photo, it's just her in this sea, right? So maybe that's the idea. But the production, I felt on the first couple of tracks, man, it just took me a while to really start clicking with it. But then the second half, it's almost all hearts. Not quite all hearts, but a majority of hearts. Special, I remember Special enjoying that one. Actually, I remember enjoying Open Arms was cool. There's a lot of cool tracks. A lot of cool tracks in the back half. So I don't really know. I do remember, too, seeing people talk about how when they first listened to this album, they weren't really into it. And then they listened to it and it just grew and grew and grew. And then it just fell in love with it. So maybe that I'm starting on that path. Maybe the first half was me just kind of going, yeah, it's fine. And then it starts to click and then it starts to grow and so on. I don't know, man. Interesting album. Pretty good. I mean, overall, it's certainly not bad. I won't say it's bad. I can see why people have complained about how, oh God, the whole thing, all she does is complain about her relationships and all that stuff. And that's easy to think. I think that's a fair criticism. You kind of have to really dig to find some of the deeper layers that do exist here. They are here, but they're not that often, and they are a little buried. But overall, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll see how I feel on Wednesday. I'm already excited. What am I going to say on Wednesday about this album? Oh, man. Well, there you go. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend. We'll see you soon.